morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning to our virtual community. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from or where you're connecting today. On today's Real Estate Insights, we're going to be looking at the role of negotiation in closing sales or closing deals in real estate. And I'll be your facilitator today, Amarachi Emmanuel. And so we're trusting that after this training, you'll be a better person when it comes to closing deals in real estate. You learn the art of negotiation, understanding how negotiation works, and how it also helps you in closing deals. And so today we're going to start with the opening quote. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. I'm going to share a personal story of something that I learned the hard way. I think the very first quote, let us never negotiate out of fear. I remember selling to this particular client, right? And because I really wanted him to buy, I wanted him to really buy the package, I gave my 10% commission off. I gave him a discount until my team lead at the time reached out to me and said, why would you give this out? I said, because I really want this person to buy. But then it means that I'm not getting anything from that transaction. So, but because I had the fear, I said, if I don't give this discount, this person is not going to buy. And because of that, I gave out, that deal. So what you're going to be learning is how we are going to have like a very good negotiation so that you're not shooting yourself in the leg and the person you're negotiating with, your client or your customer, can also get out something from it. Then another one is let us never fear to negotiate. Have you ever been into a store, you bought something and then you get home and you're feeling like they ripped you off? Or sometimes they tell you a price, but you just feel like, if I price this thing now, they're going to look down on me or they'll think I'm cheap or that. But the truth is that if you don't negotiate, you'll not be able to get a good price. So it's a two-way thing, you as a business person and also the person that is also getting from you. So this powerful statement sets the foundation for understanding how negotiation, this powerful statement sets the foundation for understanding negotiation not as a confrontation to be avoided, but as an essential skill to be embraced. In real estate, the ability to negotiate with confidence and without fear is what separates successful agents from the rest. As we explore the role of negotiation in closing deals, let this wisdom guide our approach so that next time you're not giving out your commission just like I did at the beginning. So why negotiation matters in real estate? One, it builds trust, because while you're negotiating, you are having conversation with the person, you are getting familiarity, from the person, you are speaking, you are talking, you are rubbing minds, right? What is happening in that place, underneath, is building trust. And you know that trust is very, very important, especially in real estate, right? We understand the real estate market in Nigeria currently, so you have to build that trust, right? Even as you are negotiating with your client, it also helps to resolve conflicts. I mentioned how one person can walk away from a negotiation table feeling like they've been robbed, right? If you are able to understand the ability to negotiate properly, it resolves conflict. Another one is that it maximizes the deal value, all right? I don't know, some of us understand like our Igbo brothers, how they do business. Sometimes there's a way that they can hype what you want to buy, and you feel like if you miss out on this, FOMO, the fear of missing out, right? You feel like if I don't buy this thing, I don't think I'm going to get this price anyway. So when you are negotiating, you are able to maximize the value of what you are selling, whether property, whether land, for the person to see. All right. Another thing is that it accelerates closings because the person can see, can understand, can relate to what you're saying. All right. So over 70% of real estate deals hinge on effective negotiation. This critical skill separates successful agents from the rest, directly impacting closing rates client satisfaction, and long-term career growth in the competitive real estate market. Now let's go to negotiation in real estate. Negotiation in real estate is a strategic discussion between parties aimed at reaching mutually beneficial agreements. It is the art and science of finding common ground where both buyers and sellers can achieve their objectives while maintaining positive professional relationships throughout the transactions process. I think I explained it before when I was talking about, by the time you're talking, you're relating with the person, both of you are creating a mutual relationship. You are seeing how both the deal can favor the person that is buying and also you as the person that is selling. The cost of poor negotiation. Before we go on, I want us to understand that if you are not able to negotiate properly in real estate, it is going to cause us to lose deals and revenue, because we know that when we close deals, we also make something from it. So if you are unable to close deals, you're not going to get any revenue because you lack the art of negotiation. Then we have damaged client trust, because sometimes your inability to be able to communicate or connect to a client or communicate what you're selling, what it does is that it means that that person does not trust you enough to do business with you. And if that person does not trust you to part with their money for this particular deal, what makes you think that next time they are going to trust you with another deal? In fact, we will see that in real estate that people that buy back or refer you are people who have trusted you with their money. They've been able to buy from you. So if you're unable to communicate very well or negotiate very well, then you will have damaged client trust. All right, another one is lower profit margins. Obviously, if sales are not coming in, the revenue is not coming, then you don't have much profit. Then we also have like stalled transaction. You see that if you're not communicating very well, the person is not understanding what you're saying. You see that you keep on dragging. There are some conversations that for months they are still dragging, they are still talking about this thing. So it simply means that maybe you do not have the ability to negotiate or to speak the mind of what that person really wants. So ineffective negotiation skills can devastate your real estate career. From lost commissions to damaged reputations, the consequences of poor negotiation extend far beyond a single failed deal. Understanding this cause is the first step toward improvement. So let's go to the psychology of negotiation, because you have to understand that negotiation is an art, it's something that you do psychologically. In fact, I don't know, there's a popular quote that the strongest person is someone who is able to walk away from the table without getting anything. If you really want to, you really want to get something from every transaction, then it means that you are weak mentally. So the psychology of negotiation is at its core. Negotiation is not just about logic or facts. It's about people, and people are psychological. People are emotional, all right? Understanding the psychology behind negotiation means recognizing that decisions are often influenced more by emotion, perception, and trust than by pure reasoning. Every negotiation involves human needs such as recognition, security, and respect. The ability to read these underlying motivations is crucial, especially in real estate right now. So we really need to be able to communicate with people, get them to trust us, right? Get them to like us, because in real estate sometimes it's about somebody liking you, preferring you than the other person, all right? So that perception that you give to your client or the person that you're negotiating with is very important. And so we are going to be looking at the 4 levels of the psychology of negotiation. One is anchoring. This sets the tone. It means that you have to use it strategically. When you're coming in as a person to negotiate in a particular place, or let's say in a boardroom, or you're dealing with one-on-one client, you must be able to anchor what you want to sell, anchor the value, know what you want to sell before even going to that place. All right, it gives you the upper hand as a person that is selling, because every customer really wants to rip off a business person. Even we do it ourselves. When we go to a place and the way we price things, really want to, rip off that person. So you must be able to have like an anchor, a way that you can say, okay, I cannot go below this. All right, because if you don't have that anchor, you can just go with anything, just like I did, like I mentioned before, and then you can be ripped off. All right, another one is loss aversion. People fear loss more than they value gain. So you must be able to use this, all right, to your advantage, because if people understand that this thing is value, and if I don't take advantage of it now, I can lose out, right? You see that they are more likely to invest or to buy with you. Then reciprocity, give something, get something. All right, you must be able to give something, all right, to get something. Be willing to part away with something. For example, you have somebody that maybe like somebody wants to refer you to a client. You must be willing to at least part with probably your commission. All right, you don't have to look at what you are just going to get in, because you have to look at it holistically after dealing with this person. And if I'm able to serve this person well, I'm sure that this person is able to refer me to another person. Or if I have access to this person's community, then I can get more than what I am willing to give away. So when you are coming to negotiation, understand that people also want to get something out of it, and be prepared to give out something. Another one is strategic silence. Silence is so powerful, all right? It allows the other person to reveal more than they intended, preventing the quick yes that might leave value on the table. So when you are negotiating with somebody, just because you have idea of what you want to sell, or you understand your value, sometimes you have to be quiet, be silent, listen to what the person is saying, because it's in your listening that you understand how to be able to offer a value, or do a counter offer, or come to a place of mutual agreement. So it is very important that you are able to maintain silence. All right, another thing I will just add to that is to understand that silence is they say an empty barrel makes the most noise. So if you are just talking, the person feels like maybe you just want me to buy this thing. You're not really offering value. But if you are able to keep silence, you understand what the person is saying and what the person is not saying. Okay, so let's go to key negotiation strategies for success. The number one is preparation. You can't go to a negotiation table or meet a client without preparing. You must have your product knowledge, understand what you want to sell to this person, be able to put yourself in the shoes of that person, understand where the person is going to object to you. So you must be able to critique yourself so that you can be able to prepare and understand what the person have to say, or if they are going to objectify what you are presenting, you already have an answer to it. So it's very important that you as a person, all right, prepare before you go to negotiate. Another thing that preparation does for you is that when you are prepared rather, you are not just taking anything that the person is saying, just like I did at the beginning, because I did not understand it, because I just wanted to sell, right? I did not have adequate preparation to know how to make compromises. So this helps you. And the another one is flexibility. You must be very flexible with with your negotiation. For example, you prepare in your mind that, okay, I want to give 2% of my commissions to this, or I'm willing to part with probably 3%. And the person is saying, no, I want 5%. So you must be able to look at it and say, okay, how does this impact my sale? How does it offer value to this person? So you must be able to be flexible. Do not be rigid. All right. Another one is active listening. We are coming back again to this. It is very important. We cannot overemphasize the importance of listening. You have to listen, because sometimes while listening, you can see what your other party or your client is not saying. Sometimes your client can be saying one thing, but the tone of their voice is saying another thing. Their body language can be saying another thing. Their eyes, right, can be saying another. So you must be able to listen actively, and don't listen to just give a response. Sometimes listen to understand their fears. Listen to understand if they are even able to get what you are offering, or maybe they will prefer another thing to that place. So active listening helps you understand where this person is coming from, what they are not even saying. And sometimes we really want to be seen, we really want to be heard. And sometimes we walk away from negotiations not getting anything because the person does not feel heard, right? The person feels like, okay, we are not listening, we are not really getting what they really want. So it is important that we are able to listen while negotiating. Another one is assertiveness, right? So I learned this later after making the first mistake. You must be able to know where to assert your power and make sure that you are the one that has upper hand. It is not the client that is, pushing you or pulling you here and there. So you must be able to know where you want to, assert power and say, no, I cannot go further than this. So if you're not assertive, the client itself can even feel like maybe this itself is not as valuable as you think, right? But if you are saying that, oh, sir, ma, this thing I'm going to give you, or then when you are also being assertive, you highlight the value of what you are selling or what you are giving that person. And so the person understands that, okay, maybe I'm underpricing this thing, and you see them, they will come back again and give you a counter offer. All right, so it is very important that you master these 4 keys in negotiation. So negotiation outcomes before and after. So you're going to be looking through what happens before. That's if you're not applying all of these things that we have talked before, and what happens after if you're able to apply these things. 1, we have the rigid offers that alienate potential buyers. So you just have what you want to offer and nothing more. But if you're able to negotiate, you have a win-win agreement that satisfies all parties. So the person is going away feeling happy because that's what you want. You want your client, the person that is buying from you, to feel happy that they're able to purchase this property, that they chose you over this other person, that they bought this land and it's going to be valuable. So you want a win-win situation where you as a person that is selling is happy and the person that is also buying from you is also happy. So you must be flexible. Another one is stalled deals dragging on for months because you're not able to negotiate properly, or you're not applying these things. You see that you have deals that you could have been closed since, but because there's no clear communication, it's dragging on. And what happens after when you implement these things is that faster closings with streamlined processes. And don't forget that the person that bought from you, already you have an open relationship with the person. The person can refer you if they are happy and you have access to their communities, and that is what we are looking for. All right. Another one is low client satisfaction. That's before negotiation. You have low client satisfaction and trust. But if you're able to negotiate well, you have higher commissions and better profits. Because of course, if you are chosen or if the person chose to invest with you, right, you have better earning power. Another one is before negotiation, you can have missed opportunities and lost revenue. Then the next one is frustration on both sides of the table. I mentioned it before that you can get something, or somebody can buy a land from you and they're feeling like you ripped me off, or you can even give too much, to somebody and you feel like this thing I not get something from here. So, but what happens after negotiation is that you have strong client relationships and referrals, which is very important in real estate. In fact, one of the things that you should be aiming at as a realtor is to have very good relationships and referrals. And then also what happens is that you have confident, successful deal outcomes. Best tactics in negotiation. Number 1 is that we sell value, not price. We sell value, not price, and it is very important. Because if you are selling price, the person is feeling like, oh, this is too high, that is too high, and then to another person is too cheap, right? But if you understand your value and you're able to communicate it, all right, the person can, feel like, okay, they are getting a very good deal. Another one is giving. Like we mentioned it before, you must be able to give something, have a win-win or no deal mentality. You must not, it doesn't have to be win-win every time. Sometimes no deal is also good, because when you walk away from that negotiation, remember the psychology of behind negotiation. So when you walk away, the person can have a rethink and say, okay, maybe this, and the person can reach out. All right. Then another one is marketing, because if you're marketing, you have so many people that you're talking with, you have so many leads as a realtor, you know that you're not wasting time on one person. You're not having that fear. You don't have to, be going over. When the person see that, okay, there are other people that are also, that has your attention, that you are selling to, they feel like, okay, let me get into this. But if you've not done proper marketing and you just have like very few number or one person that you're talking to, the person can now drag on for so many months. So understanding the tactics behind negotiation gives you a powerful edge in real estate deals. These proven mental strategies help you influence outcomes, build rapport, and guide conversations towards successful closings while maintaining professional relationships. So now we are going to be looking at the negotiation process timeline. Here we are seeing the initial contact and this stage needs assessment. We've been to a place, or let's use our African moms, the way they negotiate. You go to a market, you ask for a price of something, they give you the proposal. Oh, this thing is 20,000. You say, it's not 1,000 or 1,500, all right? And then the person, you as a salesperson now must, be able to overcome objectives. Even the person as a client already have that. Okay, I'll give an example. On Sunday, I wanted to get some pineapple, right? And I saw this pineapple. I said, if they say this is 2,000 naira, it's 1,500 last, I'll buy this thing. But the seller rather said, oh, it's 1,500. So in my mind, immediately I was like, so if it's 1,500, I can get it for less. So and I'll say, it's 1,000. They say 1,300. I say it's 1,000. So I wanted to get something for 1,500 before, but I was able to get 1,000 because I was able to be able to overcome the objections of that person. I'm sure he already has like a mental objection that if someone prices this thing below 1,000, I am not selling. So everybody has what they have at the back of their minds when they are coming to a negotiating table. So another one is compromises and solutions. Then you now come to a final agreement and closing. So bringing it in real estate, we can, for example, we have some young persons, we have some products for core members, Gen Zs. Some of them, you tell them about real estate, they say, real estate is people that have money, they already have that initial shock. They now tell them, no, give them the proposals, let them understand, then they can now think and say, okay, can I buy this, can I not? Then, you already have the answer to give them when they have their objections that, oh, I'm too young to own a real estate, oh, there's problem with real estate, oh, this. So you already have those things at the back of your mind. Then you are saying, okay, where can we make compromises and solutions? You see, for example, with our Cassava Valley, we see that we give at least some free cassava cultivation to some clients. So that is one of the things that we are giving, where we compromise that, okay, we just don't want to sell land, we can do something for you on this land. And the person looks at it and say, okay, I'm getting something from here, and then you both can come to a final agreement where the person buys from you, and we as a company, all right, get that buyer. So successfully closing real estate deals follows a proven negotiation timeline. Each phase builds upon the previous, creating momentum toward a successful closing. Understanding and mastering each step ensures smoother transactions and better outcomes for all parties involved. And why you must master the art of negotiation: 1, you get stronger deals. We're emphasizing it again. Satisfied clients, increased earnings. Effective negotiation transforms your real estate career. By mastering these skills, you will close stronger deals, build lasting client relationships, and significantly increase your earnings. In conclusion, true negotiation success isn't measured by who gets more. It is defined by how both sides feel at the end of the process. A win-win outcome means both parties walk away satisfied, respected, and motivated to work together again. Achieving this balance requires strategic thinking, emotional intelligence, and a genuine desire for collaboration rather than competition. So you're not coming, wanting to have the higher power, you want to feel like, oh, you're able to negotiate. No. All right, we are looking at collaborating. The first step toward a win-win result is focusing on mutual goals instead of viewing the negotiation as a battle. Treat it as partnership where both sides aim to win. Recommendation, right, for understanding or having the skill to negotiating is: 1, invest in professional trainings, seek mentorship, then consistent practice. So for every time you have a conversation with a client or you are sending to a corporate body, you are learning, through that place, and then you're building skill. So the path to negotiation excellence requires commitment to continuous learning and deliberate practice. Invest in professional trainings, seek mentorship from experienced negotiators, and apply these strategies in every transaction. Closing quote. In business, as in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. We said it before that sometimes you can go to a place, they will call a price for you, buy it, and then later you feel like they ripped you off. And it is because you are not able to negotiate. So you, as a salesperson, as a realtor, know that you always, every conversation that you're having with a client is you negotiating. So you must be able to learn this, all right, because already a client have what they want to do at the back of their mind. So this quote reminds us of the importance of preparing to negotiate for whatever we want or need. The universe won't give it to you. And remember this, negotiation isn't just those formal events where there's a contract or an exchange of money. No, you could reasonably see every conversation as a negotiation. And sometimes in real estate also, we have like fixed prices for landed properties. And then you're wondering that, okay, how can I make compromises? How can I do this to, make this person buy? There are a lot of things that you can negotiate. You can negotiate your time, right? Make yourself available for that client. The person sees, okay, that you actually have time for me, then the person, you stand a chance of, getting that deal. You can negotiate your attention. If this person sees that, okay, you value me and you're able to, you are available for whenever I ask questions, you can negotiate different things. You can negotiate your emotions, all right? Your trustworthiness. There are a lot of things. The value of what you are selling are the things that you can negotiate, all right? So it's not just about the money. Thank you. And so if you have any questions and contributions, kindly drop them in the comment below. Thank you so much for staying with us.